All right, Shalawam. I would like to start off by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakwakadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, the men that told me this truth, and peace and salutation to you sincere Akims that's pushing this word out in all truth and all sincerity. All right, this lesson is basically, you know, lambing backing off of the video that Apostle Tahar made, about Brexit, uh, Britain, okay, exiting out of the EU, the European Union, and this is prophetic. This is a part of biblical prophecies, man. Coming to pass, and they're not going to be the only nations that's going to leave the European Union. All right, you're going to have other nations as well that's going to follow suit. You know, but yeah, what's going on right now with Great Britain? They have now left the European Union, okay, and yeah, this is all according to Bible prophecy, man. When you read the book of Daniel, the second chapter, it talks about the 10 toes, you know, part iron, part clay, representing you're gonna have strong nations within the EU, and you're gonna have weaker nations. All right, you're gonna have nations like from one Germany. You're gonna have Great Britain. Those are what you would call it the stronger nations of the EU. Then you have weaker nations as Greece, Sweden, Italy, Spain, Portugal. Those are some of the weaker nations. All right, and what it is, Great Britain, they came to terms that they're not gonna keep basically uh, trying to save these other weaker nations, man. Basically taking care of these other nations that are in debt. So that was their way out of the EU. They came to the point where their best interest is not being a part of the EU, because what they're doing, they're just basically taking care of all the other weaker nations, man. And nobody's taking care of Great Britain. And they're getting fed up and tired with America as a whole, you know, because we know that according to biblical prophecy, that the beast shall hate the whore. All right. Matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, and I'm gonna start at let's start at verse 10, verse 9. It said, "And here is the mind which have wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains. 7 mountains represent governments, on which the woman sitteth, the woman being America." All right. And it says, "And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen." The 7 kings, right? When it said 5 are fallen are the Greeks, the Spaniards, the French, Germania Major, Germania Minor. All right, those are the 5s that fallen, and one representing the Roman Empire, and the other is not yet come. The other is not yet come is talking about Great Britain. All right, and when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th. All right, he is the 8th, representing America. All right, and it says, and is of the 7, because America comes out of Europe, comes out of Great Britain. All right, and it says, and goeth into perdition. Perdition means destruction. And it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as of yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. And this goes back to what, 1958, going back to the introduction of the European Union, going back to the 10 common marketplaces. All right. And it says, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb. The Lamb being who? Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, that's what they're gonna do. The nations, beginning with Esau. All right, they're gonna come against our Lord during the time of World War III when the Lord comes back. It says, and the Lamb shall overcome them. All right, when you read 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, Revelation, the 12th chapter, a war in heaven, this is what it's talking about. Okay, and it says, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings. All right, the Lord Yahweh Shai, the Lord who the world calls Jesus Christ, which is a so-called black man. All right, and it says, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. That's talking about the elect. All right, because many are called, but few are chosen. But for those that's a part of the elect, they're going to be chosen. They're going to be called and chosen. All right, and remain faithful unto the end. And it says, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. All right, and that's describing all the nations here in America, man, because America is known as what? The great melting pot. All right, you got different nations from all across the world here in America, man. All right, and it says, and the 10 horns, right, the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, all right, these shall hate the whore being who? America. All right, why? Because America is in bed with all nations, all these different nations. They do transactions with all these different nations, man. All right, but it says the 10 horns representing the EU. All right, the NATO, and the beast, the EU. All right, these shall hate the whore, man, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Why? Because all these different nations, a part of the EU, they're going to turn their back on America. All right, and they're going to shoot arrows, which the arrows are the missiles. Okay, the ICBM missiles. They're going to shoot upon America, man. All right, not only is it going to be Russia, North Korea, and all these different nations that have nuclear capabilities, but America's very own allies. All right, that's a part of the NATO and the EU. They're going to shoot arrows, missiles upon this place, man. Okay, that's why it says, and make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. All right, so this is all according to the Most High's will. That soon you're going to see that the EU, they're going to come against America, man. Okay, they're going to come against America, man. America's going to do something crazy, which is going to make the EU, okay, come against America, man. And they're just going to turn their back, man. It says, and the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. And who reigneth over the kings of the earth? America. All right, let's go to the book of Obadiah. All right, Obadiah, verse 7. Verse 6, I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. Okay, so that means that all these nations that, America helped at one time, whether it was foreign aid or bailing those countries out, guess what? They're gonna turn their back on America, man. All right, and it says, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Okay, so yeah, all these nations, a part of the EU, that are in confederate with America, that are allies with America, they're going to come against America, man. All right, so this is just the beginning of what you're gonna see as the downfall of the EU. Okay, because different nations are just gonna they're gonna follow trend, man. They're gonna follow Britain, man. You know, because they're gonna feel like, damn, here it is. We're putting up all this money, the GDP or whatever, to support these other nations, man. And guess what? They're gonna see that America, is full of shit. They're taking basically orders from America. All right. And a lot of these nations, they look at it like, damn, what the fuck? Like, we're helping out all these other countries, but nobody's helping, us out. And they're gonna get hip to America and their bullshit. Okay, because America is gonna just start, doing shit unjustly. All right, and these other nations, they ain't gonna be with it, man. Just like how they had that conflict with the guy, the one of the top generals out there in Iran. A lot of those EU nations, they didn't agree with that about the drone strike that killed what's the guy, Husseini. They wasn't with that. They didn't agree with it, with that drone strike that killed that dude, man. So that's conflict right there, man. And all it's gonna do is just increase, man. So this right here is just the beginning stages, man, of the downfall of the beast. All right, which is the EU. Okay, in alliance with the NATO allies. This is just the beginning, man. All right. So yes, this is this right here is according to Bible prophecy. All right, of Britain leaving the EU, and you're gonna see other countries as well. They're gonna follow suit. So with that, I want to close out by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakwat Kadash, and peace and blessings to the hopeful light. Shalawam.